Hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, my name is Dr. Victor Gan. Thank you so much to Star Property for inviting me to speak on this topic. First of all, just want to welcome everyone to this Star Property Awards 2022. I am so happy to see all of you guys here. So without further ado, I'm going to start my presentation. It'll just be a 30 to 35-minute presentation. And I hope you guys will be able to gain some insights into the new MRT3 line that was just announced by the government a few months ago. So without further ado, the title of my presentation is MRT3, who are the winners? So we are going to see who are the winners of this MRT3. All right, so a lot of people say that MRT3 is the one line that is going to rule the entire Klang Valley, because we have MRT1, MRT2, and MRT3 is supposed to be the circle line which connects MRT1, MRT2, LRT, and all the KTM commuters. It's supposed to be the one ring to rule them all. But the question is it really true? So this is what we are going to discover today. All right. So the total length, okay, if you look at our past history, MRT1 is 51 kilometers, MRT2 is 52.2 kilometers, and MRT3 is 50.8 kilometers. So you'll be wondering, wait, it's almost the same length as MRT1 and 2, but is this really the case if we compare the circle line with MRT circle line of other countries, which is what we're going to do in a while. All right. So if you look at this MRT1, and this is MRT2, all right? So both of them are around 50 kilometers in length, all right? And if this is the entire chart of our Klang Valley transportation system, so you can see I've highlighted MRT1, the red, and MRT2, which is the yellow. Then of course, so yeah, this is MRT1 and this is MRT2. And there are few places between MRT1 and 2 in which the stations intersect. So number one, of course, is Kuasa Damansara, which you will get MRT1 as well as MRT2. And then, of course, places like Bandar Utama, which you will get MRT as well as LRT connection. Then, of course, you got TT Wangsa, which is the transportation hub of the future. Then, of course, Tun Razak Exchange and that entire area, the Maluri Cochrane area, which will be in the intersect between MRT1 and MRT2. All right. So why is this significant? It's because along MRT1, these are the business hotspots. You have Museum Negara Pasar Seni, Merdeka, Bukit Bintang, TRX, Pusat Bandar Damansara, and as well as Mutiara Damansara. So these are the business hotspots. Then of course, MRT2, you have Raja Uda, Ampang Park, Persiaran, KLCC, Conley, Tun Razak Exchange, as well as Putrajaya Central. So any stations that is along MRT1 and MRT2 will benefit from being able to connect to these business hotspots. And if the area has both MRT1 as well as MRT2, then the amount of business hotspots that are being connected just by staying in that area alone is humongous. There's a lot of stations. That's why for me as a person, as an investor, okay, I do look at areas in which you have not just MRT1, but MRT2 and perhaps even MRT3 or LRT connection. All right. So so this is how I look at the entire map of Klang Valley and how I pick and choose which area do I want to buy a property in. All right. So these are the MRT circle line around the world. So like I mentioned, MRT1 in Malaysia is 50 kilometers in length, MRT2 is around 52, MRT3 is around 50. So how do we fare in comparison with the MRT3s of the world? All right, so number one, this is Singapore. I just came back from Singapore a few days ago, and their MRT3 circle line is very short, all right? It is only 35.5 kilometers in length in comparison to our 50. All right. And if you notice the MRT3 of Singapore, it's surrounding the entire Marina Bay area. So you have Promenade, you have Esplanade, okay, and then from there it's easily can get to Harbourfront. All right. So these are the entire MRT3 circle line in Singapore itself. Then, of course, if you look at London itself, you have Paddington, King's Cross, St. Pancras, Liverpool, Victoria, Westminster. These are all the top, not just business areas, but as well as political establishment areas. All right, and this is the MRT3 Circle Line, MR3 Circle Line of London, and it is only 27 kilometers in length. All right, it's almost half the length of MRT3. Then of course you have our MRT3. This is the line that was announced a few months ago. Okay, station in business districts for MRT3 in Klang Valley, unfortunately, is only one, which is Bangsar South. You'll be wondering, what is going on with MRT3? Why are the MRT Circle Line of other countries connect them to all the big business district, the big political establishments, whereas for our MRT3, it only connects to just one business district? Why is it happening? Why is it happening? Honestly, I don't know. Okay. In fact, I was actually quite disappointed when the announcement was made in regards to the station, because it does not connect to any business hotspot in comparison with MRT1 and MRT2. So as you can see, yes, we are very, very panjang, but unfortunately, there's only one business district compared to the rest of the world of their, in regards to their circle line. All right. So these are the MRT3 stations. I'm going to go with them, not all of them. I'm going to pick a few of them and I'm going to highlight to you guys. All right. Because basically, although this is the beginning of my MRT3 presentation, I can tell you guys, it only connects to, unfortunately, neighborhood areas only, neighborhood. And specifically, you will notice that it will connect to mostly lower income neighborhoods in comparison to the circle lines of the world, where they connect to top business and political establishment areas. All right. So this is MRT3 Danau Kota. As you can see, you can see the MRT3 Danau Kota is very near to Vista Saljana. Vista Saljana, if I'm not mistaken, is by Platinum Victory. It's one of the rumor whips by Platinum Victory. And then, of course, you got MRT3 Jalan Langkawi, which is above Prima Setapa. So basically, it is surrounded by all the PV condos, all right? And as you guys know, PV condos are not exactly your luxury condos. They are just mass market and mainly are inhabited by a lot of lower to middle income group, as well as students. And room rental, it's a big business in this entire area, all right? So the exact spot, this is my estimation. Please don't kill me for it. All right. So the exact location of MRT3 Danau Kota, people are postulating that it will be opposite Vista Saljana, which is this is Vista Saljana, which you can see on your right, and then the MRT3 will be somewhere around this region. Then of course the next one we're going to look at is MRT3 Setapa. Okay. So Setapa, it will be located in this area opposite the giant Setapa area, where you have a few proposed developments. Then you have the Arc by Platinum Victory. You have proposed Bazaar Genting Kelang by DBKL. Then of course you got a Rumah Whip that is beside the MRT3 Setapa. So MRT3 Setapa will be surrounded by Giant as well as the Arc as well as a Rumah Whip. So this is Giant Hypermarket, and MRT3 Setapa most likely will be opposite the Giant supermarket. All right. Then of course, MRT3 and LRT3 Setia Wangsa. So as you can see on your left, okay, MRT3 Setia Wangsa most likely will be opposite the Mosque Muaz bin Jabal. All right. Then of course, it will be connected directly to the LRT Setia Wangsa. Then of course, if you move further down, a few kilometers further down, then you have MRT3 AU2, which will be in front of the Valley by Skyworld. All right. So basically, MRT3 Setia Wangsa, you have not just MRT3, but as well as LRT connection. All right. So this is my guess that where this MRT3 station will be located, because if you take a turn here further down, you will see LRT3 Setia Wangsa. All right. So, and this is MRT3 AU2, which is just in front of the Valley by Skyworld. All right. By the way, just to let you guys know, I'm not here promoting any projects. Okay. Any projects which I mentioned, it's just so happen that is within the vicinity of the MRT3. There is no buy call or sell call here, okay? Just take it for educational purposes only, all right? Okay, then of course, yes, like I mentioned, MRT3 and LRT3 Setia Wangsa will be together, all right? You'll be walking distance, and then further down will be MRT3 AU2. Next is MRT3 Tasik Ampang, which is very interesting because this area, you have some of the developments which are highly hot in the auction market for that reason. All right, I'm not going to mention, you guys know, okay, I'm not going to mention which development is hot on the auction market, but this area has a lot of properties which goes on auction almost on a monthly basis. And I think with the announcement of MRT3 Tasik Ampang, it might be the owners will finally breathe a sigh of relief that finally something is coming to this area. All right. So basically, MRT3 Tasik Ampang will be somewhere around this region. Okay, it will be in front of it will be behind MCT, in front of Arte Plus and the Elements, and you'll be somewhere around this region. All right. So for those owners of these projects, okay, congratulations. Finally, you can finally see some light at the end of the tunnel if you're those owners who find your units very hard to rent out, especially in this COVID pandemic season where Airbnb is totally obliterated. All right. Then of course, yeah, so this is the location. Then of course, next will be MRT3 Pandan Indah. This will be connected to LRT Pandan Indah itself. And for this area, there's not much development going on. Okay, as you can see, it's mainly government flats, and as well as the only condo is Axis residents. That's about it. All right. So congratulations to Axis residents owners. You will not just get LRT, but now you have MRT3 Pandan Indah. All right. So this is the location. Roughly, I don't know where. Okay. But it will be connected. It will be linked to LRT. And LRT Pandan Indah is just 2 stations to Maluri and 2 stations to TRX itself. So this is a very strategic area. Unfortunately, there's not much land here to have more newer developments. All right, then of course, next we move on to Taman Mida. All right, Taman Mida is interesting because it has already MRT1, and MRT1 connects to at least 6 big business hotspots that will be including your Tun Razak Exchange. So now with that, you will have MRT3 as well. So you got MRT1 and MRT3, and then of course, you have Hospital Rehabilitasi Cheras, which is just opposite it. So I guess this will be good for the people that needs to go to Hospital Cheras, as MRT3 will be there and it's linking up to all the neighborhoods. So I think next time, I think a lot of people will have more accessibility to Hospital Cheras itself. All right. Then of course, the new developments will be Arte Cheras by Nus Petro, which is just around 550 meters to MRT3 and MRT1. All right. Then of course, further down you have Mutiara Central. Okay, that is opposite across the road. I think that's a bit way far already. Okay, next we so basically this is the location, roughly the location for MRT3 Taman Mida. All right, next is MRT3 Jalan Yaakob Latif. For those of you who are specialists in Hospital UKM, I think you will be happy to know that, okay, HUKM is finally getting their own MRT3 station, and it will be located most likely at the car park, okay, which is opposite Cheras Stadium. So congratulations to those people who are working HUKM. You finally get a dedicated MRT3 station. All right, so this will be roughly the location of MRT3 Jalan Yaakob Latif. Okay. Then of course we move on to Salak Selatan, which is one of the very interesting areas because you already have LRT Salak Selatan, you have KTM Salak Selatan, and now you have MRT3 Salak Selatan. And surrounding this entire triangle of transportation, you have 3 new developments. One is Pixel City, okay, by Kirana. Then you have Nika City, also by Kirana. Then you have got Aman City Central, which is the PPAM by Kirana, which is how to say, okay, what do you call it? Something like Rumah VIP lah, okay, Rumah Pangsa Puri Awam, something like that. All right. So basically, in this location, Salak Selatan, you have access to not just LRT, but as well as the MRT3 Salak Selatan. So if you can see here, okay, I would say the most strategic development here will be Nika City. Why? Because it is sandwiched in between LRT and MRT3 Salak Selatan. And I'm pretty sure it will be walking distance definitely to these two big transportation lines. All right. So yeah, so for those owners of Nika City, I think you guys will be happy because you have something to look forward to in the future. All right. Then yeah, so this is my postulation of where MRT3 Salak Selatan will be. All right, then next, yeah, so this is it, Nika City. Yeah, so it is sandwiched in between these three, but of course, I would say KTM is a bit far, and honestly speaking, nobody uses KTM. Okay, got people use, but I don't like to use KTM because the waiting time is just crazy sometimes. All right, okay, next, anyway, hope KTM won't get angry because I say that. I hope they will improve their service, and hopefully in the future, we will all use KTM. Yeah. All right. Okay. Anyway, next, we're going to look at MRT2 and MRT3 Kuchai. And this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Why? Because there's only one development here, and it is Far East Residence that links to MRT2 Kuchai and MRT3 Kuchai. No other development surrounding. I mean, you have Kuchai Avenue, the Tropicana, the Leaves, and so on and so, but they are not exactly that near. The one that is nearest is Far East Residence, which is completed, by the way. And it will not just get MRT2, it will also get MRT3. All right. So this is Far East Residence. This is before completion. I have a Far East Residence. You can see it's actually completed today. All right. So this is previously. So you can see the MRT2 is here and MRT3 is just opposite it. So, and this is special because it will link up. By just staying in Far East Residence, you get two MRT lines. That is just special, all right? Anyway, there's no buy call or sell call, all right? So please just listen to this presentation with an open eye, all right? Please, there's no biasness in any of my information. They are just information, all right? Okay, so this is Far East Residence. So this is your MRT2, and then sooner or later, you will get MRT3 in the same vicinity itself. Impressive. All right. Okay, next. So this Far East Residence, their pool. Okay, nice, right? Okay. All right, then we look at MRT3 Old Klang Road plus Pantai Dalam. So MRT3 Old Klang Road will be at there's an empty area, which is just beside Verve Suites. All right, so basically that area itself, you can, you most likely the MRT3 Old Klang Road will be there. And then of course, MRT3 Pantai Dalam will be in Pantai Dalam itself. All right. So MRT3 Old Klang Road is opposite Scott Garden besides World Street. This is how it looks like today, but I'm sure in the next 10 years to come, we're going to see a transformation of this particular area. All right. So the next one is MRT3 Pantai Dalam, which is just opposite, which is just most likely, okay. In my opinion, will be beside PPR Pantai Ria Block A. Okay. This is just my postulation. I have no idea whether is it or is it not, all right? But most likely it will be, all right? So, of course, and opposite it, you have all the Pantai Dalam, and then on this side of the road, you have all the Pantai Ria, you have Block A, Block B, Block C, and so forth, all right? Okay, so, and then next we move on to Pantai Permai, which is interesting because this area has nothing for now, okay? But it is located so near to Bangsa South, all right? So MRT3 Pantai Permai will be around the Taman Bukit Angkasa Flats area. All right. So give me a second. Yeah. So is it walking distance to Bangsa South? Let's just have a look. All right. So from MRT Pantai Permai to Laurel Residence, which is the newest development by UOA, is around 400 meters. Not that bad. 400 meters, I think it's still all right. And I'm sure that once MRT3 is complete, this entire road will be transformed. Maybe there will be covered walkways, the pathways will be nicer built compared to what it is today. All right. So MRT3 Pantai Permai, and this you can see the road goes through the Taman Bukit Angkasa Flats as well as the PPR Kerinci. All right. And this is how it looks like today. I'm sure in the next 10 years to come, you will definitely see a difference in this area. Okay. Yep. And then next, of course, you got MRT3 University, which will be linked to the LRT University. And for owners of KL Gateway residences, or Perumal Awam DBKL, you'll be happy that this MRT3 will be located very, very near to your property today. All right. So, this LRT University, as you can see here, and MRT3 University most likely will be opposite KL Gateway. Where exactly, how they're going to do it, I am not sure. Okay, but this is the postulated location for where MRT3 University will be. All right. Then of course you got MRT3 University Malaya. This will be an underground station. It will be located within the University Malaya itself. Okay. Where exactly I am not so sure, but postulating will be around 6 residential college. All right. Okay, next we got MRT3 Mont Kiara, which will be located in Jalan Kiara 4, just probably beside Residency 22 and Aquaris or Kiara 163. So this will be an underground station, okay, and this will be one of the more interesting stations in MRT3. Why? Because it leads to Mont Kiara itself. And Kiara 163 is an excellent shopping mall where a lot of Mont Kiara folks actually go there for their shopping. All right. And so basically those people who bought Vista Kiara, Kiara 163, Aquaris, Residency 22, Cherian, Kiara, 我死了咯. Win lo. So you get MRT3 at the foot at your doorstep. All right. So congratulations. Okay. All right. So postulated again, this will be where it will be. It will be somewhere underground or Aquaris and the Oak. All right. Next, we look at MRT3 Bukit Segambut. Okay, underground station. So basically, this will be somewhere in the middle of the kampong. All right. If you look at what it is today, okay, it is in the middle of the kampong. All right, and this is how it looks like today. So honestly, I'm not sure how it's going to be 10 years from now, but I'm sure this entire area will be hip and happening soon. All right, will be hip and happening soon with MRT3 coming into this Segambut area. By the way, this will be an underground station. Okay. All right, next we look at Dutamas. Dutamas is interesting because it's located very near to all the big government offices, as well as basically your Matrade, Kementerian Perdagangan. A lot of lawyer offices are in Solaris. All right, so basically, very interesting line. Besides Mont Kiara, MRT3 Dutamas is also to me very interesting. All right, so the development that is going to reap the most benefit will be probably with the Feeder Woods. All right, as well as Midtown by Hap Sing. Okay, so this entire area is called KL Metropolis. So Feeder Woods is here, and then you can see MRT3 Dutamas underground station will be somewhere there, and KL Midtown Housing, I don't think it's launched yet. All right, will be somewhere around here. It will be a joint venture between NASA as well as Hap Sing. Interesting, I would say interesting place to look at. All right, yeah. But is it cheap? It is not cheap lah. It is not that cheap anymore. All right. But with MRT3 Dutamas, will the property prices around this area go even higher? Only time will tell. All right. So basically, this is Feeder Woods. Okay, I find the pool is very interesting. There's nothing to do with MRT3. I'm not selling Feeder Woods. I'm not an IQI agent, but I just find the Sky Infinity pool looks really, really interesting. All right. So this is how it looks like. There's someone that is going to jump down. Impressive. I don't know how he's going to do that. I'm not sure how deep this pool will be. But anyway, this is an interesting development that's opposite MRT3 Dutamas. Okay. All right. Next, we have MRT3 Jalan Kuching, which will be an underground station that is located very near to Royal Domain and Royal Region. And it's just 100-meter walk away from the Era at Duta North by JKG. Interesting because this MRT3 station is going to service this entire area, which is commonly left out by Dutamas itself, by KL Metropolis itself, because it's like some isolated area. So with this MRT3 Jalan Kuching coming here, all right, this entire, I think all the properties surrounding this area, they will definitely benefit from it. All right. So the Era is here. So you can see MRT3 Jalan Kuching is at the empty plot of land, then surrounded by Royal Region and Royal Domain. All right, and then next, Titi Wangsa, another interesting area. Okay, you have MRT1, you have LRT, you have monorail, and now you have MRT3 Titi Wangsa. Seriously, win now, everything also got The only thing that you don't have is MRT2. But anyway, you got so many lines here. So this will be, I would say that the next KL Central, all right? So you have your KL Central, which is connected by monorail, by KTM, by LRT, all right? Then of course, now you have TT Wangsa, which should be connected by MRT1, LRT, monorail, and now MRT3 TT Wangsa. So as you can see, all right, MRT2 is almost complete, okay? And then it's just one station from HKL, 2 stations from KLCC, 6 stations from TRX, and then with monorail, 5 stations to Bukit Bintang, LRT, 4 stations to Masjid Jamek, in which you can change to the Ampang line, the, what do you call it, the Star line. All right, so basically MRT3 will be located somewhere around there, up there, okay, as you can see. So this entire area will be full of transportation, and it will be the next transportation hub of KL. All right. Then, so this is how it looks like. MRT3 there, MRT2 here, and TR2 residence, which is just opposite, the highway. All right. So yep, this is how it looks like, and TR residence is completed today already. All right. Okay, MRT3 Jalan Kuching will be somewhere around this area where you have car park, okay? But I think this entire area will be fully transformed in the next 10 to 15 years to come. It will not look like this at all, all right? So with this, all right, so this is one of the most interesting stations. Why? Because you have all the LRT lines, okay, MRT, LRT, monorail, as well as MRT3 line in this vicinity. And the 2 developments that I think we're going to benefit the most will be TR residents as well as TR2 residents. All right. So this is so basically MRT1, MRT2. Okay, these are some of the interchanges, the big interchanges that I think you guys can highlight. All right, or you guys can pay more attention to it. Pay more attention to it. So Setia Wangsa, I won't say is that big of a deal because basically the area has nothing much lah. Okay, Taman Mida is interesting because you got Hospital Cheras. Then of course for me, the most interesting one will be those in blue. Okay, those in blue. For me, I love Tun Razak, Cochrane, Maluri area because you have MRT1, MRT2, and in the future, just 2 lines away, you have MRT3. Then of course, Salah Selatan is interesting because you have both MRT2 as well as MRT3 together. All right. Sorry, Kuchai you have MRT2, MRT3, whereas Salah Selatan you have KTM as well as LRT as well as MRT3. All right, then of course KL Central is KL Central. I don't need to say already. TT Wangsa you have your MRT1, you have your MRT3, you have your monorail, and you have your LRT. All right, so these are some of the areas in Klang Valley today where they intersect with a few transportation lines. So just pay attention to it. Okay. Have a look at it, go drive there, have a see what type of developments can you buy. All right. For me, normally I love commercial properties. All right. And I would strongly look at the commercial areas in these exchanges. Okay, because this might be your business hubs in the future. All right. All right. So these are some of the top connected areas in Klang Valley. Feel free to screenshot. All right, with my face here. All right. So you have KL Central, KLCC, TRX, TT Wangsa, Huasa, Bandar Utama, Kuchai, Salah Selatan, and Taman Mida. So which of these areas you can buy? Okay, that is up to you guys to do your homework and decide for yourself where do you want to buy. All right. But for me, is MRT the only thing that I look at? Unfortunately, no. Okay. Because a lot of MRT properties generally they are more expensive than the non-MRT properties. So basically the prices have been jack up lah, huh? All right. So to me, if the prices is too high, okay, you will not make any money from it also. All right. So basically, what is the conclusion of my entire presentation? Number 1, if you look at all the MRT3 line that I show you, they are all surrounded by PPR, surrounded by flats, surrounded by rumah VIP areas. And I would say initially people are calling MRT3 the rich man's line, but I don't think so. I think this is the line for the B40 group to be connected with the rest of the Klang Valley. All right. MRT 1, 2, and Kelana Jaya RT, I think, are still the line with the most business district. Hence, the rental along these lines are significantly normally higher comparing to Sri Petaling LRT or Ampang LRT because these LRTs do not have more business district compared to the one that I mentioned. All right. And KTM-based properties generally do not have good rental yield. Why? Because generally, Klang people do not like to take KTM unless they are forced to do so. Okay, if they have a choice, they will not take KTM. All right. Why? Because you all know lah, because of service reasons. All right. Then of course, for me, MRT3 connectivity is definitely overrated. Okay, so I think there's a lot of property gurus who are talking about TOD, transport oriented developments. Yeah, they are nice and fine. Okay, it's connected to MRT3 or connected to transportation line, but a lot of them are sold at a premium. And therefore, if you are buying something at a higher price, you will not be able to make much money. Okay, that is how it is in the business world. Okay, if you want to make money, you need to buy something that's lower so that you can sell higher. But if you're going to buy something that's already so high a price, chances of you making a profit from it is very low. That's why it's not just about looking at property with MRT connectivity. It's also about looking at the entire area. And now, before I end, I'm going to give you 3 things that I look at myself before I buy any investment property. So what are the most important indicators for me myself? Number 1, good neighborhood. Okay, in Chinese we call it 门母三迁. 门母三迁. Why does a mother need to move from one city to another? Because she wants her children to get into a good school, to get into a good neighborhood. That's why for me, the most important indicator is good neighborhood. It's not MRT, all right? It's not transportation line. It's the good neighborhood itself. Why is Desa Park City so expensive? And it's getting higher and higher because look at who are the people staying in Desa Park City. My mentor stays in Desa Park City. All right. Then of course you have those very great neighborhoods like KLGCC. All right. Then you have Mont Kiara. So these are very good neighborhoods. You're surrounded by upper class people, and these are the neighborhoods that cost a lot. And if you notice, Desa Park City, all right, KLGCC as well as Mont Kiara, what do they have in common? They have no MRT lines, they have no KTM lines, they have no LRT lines at all, but yet they are so expensive. It's because of the neighborhood, all right? It's because of the neighborhood. Then of course, second one, good schools. I am a firm believer of good schools. Any property that's located beside a good school, I guarantee you the property value will stay or it will go higher, all right? It will not drop. Good schools, not just any schools, but good schools. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to name any schools, but good schools. Okay, like example where I'm coming from. In Ipoh will be Samtec, in Alostar will be Ket Hua. So these are the good schools. All right. Then number 3, good infrastructure and connectivity. This will come the list. All right. So for me, number 1, good neighborhood and good schools. If you have these 2 ingredients, I guarantee you any property that you buy around these areas with good neighborhood and good schools, I guarantee you will make money. All right. And it's not just about, therefore, at the end of the day, it is not just about having good connectivity. Yes, good connectivity, MRT, fantastic. Okay. But it should not be your most important indicator. All right. Why do I say so? Because as a parent myself, I want my children to get into a good neighborhood, get into a good school. All right. So that their future is set. All right. So for those of you who are listening to me for this presentation, just take note of this. All right. At the end of the day, you are going to sell to somebody who is a parent, sell to somebody who has children. And it is important that whatever property that you buy will be appealing to your future buyers. And I can tell you as a parent myself, the most important indicator for all property investors, you don't need to go for any 3-day course. I just tell you straight here. Find a property with good neighborhood and good school. I guarantee you will make money. Simple as that. Don't need to go for 3-day course. Right? 30-minute presentation, and you have your secret sauce already. All right. So with that, okay, this will be the end of my presentation. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to my short presentation. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you guys have benefit from it. And if you like to learn more, you can click like and follow my Facebook page for the latest real estate and economic trends of the world. Something that I really love is economy. All right, so I write a lot of economic articles on my Facebook page itself. All right, so thank you so much to Star Property Award 2022 for inviting me to share my short research on MRT3, and I hope you guys have benefited, feeling happy, and you have your secret sauce to finding your next good property in Klang Valley or anywhere in Malaysia. Thank you so much, guys. With that, I bid you all terima kasih. All right, and I see you. Bye bye. 1, 2, 3.